Well, as we move through our first quarter of FY25 and into the first days of spring, we have seen ADS continue now around the 270 average daily subsidy level. Now, August saw the sector drop slightly to just shy of 270, with specialized homeless facilities jumping above the 360 barrier. And with spring in the air, we saw a big jump in total claiming activity achieved by these AMOs. The total claiming activity was boosted this month by a pickup in new assessments, with the modified Monash 5 cousins achieving just over 10% of their total residents being assessed in the month of August alone. Now, that result was achieved by the strong voluntary reclassification results of 7.5%. The remaining segments achieved their expected performances within that 6 to 7% voluntary reclassification band. Now, as expected with the modified Monash 5 category, the double-digit AMO activities brought the total number of claims down to just shy of 42% for their total claims in Medicare being greater than 12 months in age. However, the industry added slightly to the base of claims over the last 12 months, finishing below the 44% mark for August. And to keep up with the transparency, we've added a new measurement for you. Now, thanks to your suggestions, we are now tracking the days the AMOs are achieving the delivery of your reclassification requests. As a sector, we saw August tighten that result, with AMOs achieving just around 19 days on the basis of a reclassification. Now, occupied bed days continue to remain stable throughout August, showing a slight growth of about 0.3%. Now, the sector has been moving sideways through winter, which is also a good result, as we typically expect more seasonal fluctuations. However, that has not played out this winter. Maybe the fact it was the warmest winter on record had something to do with it. Now, August did bring with it an increase in the short-term stay residents. However, the proportion of those residents in care less than 6 months is still below the 25% threshold achieved in the previous periods. Now, the sector welcomed nearly a 4.5% jump in new permanent admissions throughout August, with an even stronger achievement in the respite bed day usage. All facility types experienced a strong month with 16% growth in respite bed days. However, the conversion of respite to permanent entries slid by 5% over August to just under 40% of an achieved conversion rate across the month. And the profile of a residential admission was a slightly older 85-year-old resident. Now, with only a few weeks to go before the sector's direct care minute requirement moves up on October 1st, we saw the reported industry average slide backwards to 203 minutes of direct care per day. Now, from October 1st, the care minute responsibility will increase to a sector-wide average of 215 minutes of direct care per resident per day, including 44 minutes of direct RN care. Now, providers will have the flexibility to meet up to 10% of your service's level of RN targets with the care time provided by those enrolled nurses. Now, the department is monitoring enrolled nursing time as per their guidance, and this is an initiative to continue the acknowledgement which enrolled nurses have in our delivery models. But the greatest change was the continued growth of the allied health teams, which achieved a direct care time, adding to the further double-digit gains of last month. Maybe the new standards and the resident-centric care outcomes are starting to have an impact. You can be the judge of that. However, if they were included in direct care time, we almost have met the 215-minute industry average.